The king is dead. Long live the new, terrifying god. Turn off every video you have watched before this. Close the astronomy textbooks written even 5 years ago. Everything you knew about the scale of the universe, everything you considered the limit of the possible, is obsolete. We lived in a sweet illusion, believing we had seen the scariest monsters hiding in the dark. We thought we knew the name of the ultimate beast. We called it Ton 618. That name sounded like a sentence. It inspired awe. 66 billion solar masses. An absolute giant, a quasar shining brighter than hundreds of galaxies combined. We looked at it and thought, this is it. This is the limit. It cannot get any bigger. Physics will not allow it. We were wrong. We were naive, like children afraid of a shadow on the wall, not noticing the real predators standing behind them. Ton 618 is no longer the king. It is a dethroned idol. Compared to what we have found now, it looks like a dwarf planet next to the sun. In the depths of the southern sky, in a constellation symbolically named Phoenix, something has awakened that violates the laws of the universe by the very fact of its existence. It is not just a black hole. It is an object that forces scientists to rewrite the formulas of gravity. It is an object that should not have been born, but it is here. It stares at us across an abyss of 5.8 billion light-years. And its shadow is so vast, it could cover our entire history, our entire future, and all our hopes. Its name is Phoenix A. Remember that name, because it is the name of the end times. It is the name of entropy raised to the absolute. We have encountered a monster whose mass is estimated at 100 billion solar masses. 100 billion suns. Try to hold that number in your head. Cannot do it? That is normal. The human brain is not designed for such magnitudes. We are creatures used to counting apples, kilometers, years of life. We can imagine a mountain. We can, with difficulty, imagine a planet. But 100 billion stars compressed into a single point of eternal darkness, that is beyond our understanding. It causes vertigo, nausea, and existential dread. Right now, I will walk you down the ladder of scale. We will descend into this hell, step by step, so you can realize how insignificant we are in the face of this new God. Get ready. We are beginning our dive into an abyss that has no bottom. To understand the size of Phoenix A, we need to start with something familiar. We need a reference point. Look at your hands. Look at the room around you. That is your scale. Now let us go higher. Imagine Earth, our blue marble, our home. Earth's equator is 40,000 kilometers. If you fly on a standard passenger plane, it takes almost 2 days to circle it. Earth seems huge to us. Cities, oceans, continents, it all looks impressive. But now let us place the sun next to it. The sun is a monster compared to Earth. You could fit 1.3 million planets like ours inside the sun. If Earth is a small grape, the sun is a giant beach ball 2 stories high. Next to it, we are just dust. The sun's gravity holds all the planets, all the asteroids, all the comets. It is the ruler of our system, but the sun is just a yellow dwarf, an ordinary, unremarkable star on the edge of the galaxy. Let us go further. Let us look at the monsters of the stellar world. UY Scuti, Stephenson, 218. These are the largest stars known to us, red hypergiants. If you place such a star where our sun is, its edge would swallow Jupiter. Saturn would be inside its scorching atmosphere. To fly around this star in a plane would take you 1,100 years. 1,100 years of non-stop flight just to make one circle. That seems like the limit, right? No, that is just the beginning. Because stars, even the biggest ones, are just diffuse gas. They are fluffy. They are light compared to what hides in the centers of galaxies. Welcome to the world of supermassive black holes. In the center of our Milky Way lives Sagittarius, a star. This is our local monster. Our entire galaxy rotates around it. 400 billion stars dance to its tune. Its mass is 4 million suns. Compared to a single star, this seems unimaginable. But in terms of size, Sagittarius A star is not that big. Its event horizon, the line from which light cannot return, would fit inside Mercury's orbit. It is compact, angry, and hungry. But Sagittarius A star is a child, a grain of sand in the cosmic desert. Let us move on to the one we considered the king, Ton 618. For a long time, it was the nightmare of every astronomer. It is located 10 billion light-years away. It is a quasar. That means it is actively devouring matter. Around it spins a disk of superheated gas that shines so brightly it outshines its entire parent galaxy. Its mass is 66 billion suns. If Sagittarius A star is a penny, then Ton 618 is the wheel of a giant mining dump truck. Its event horizon is colossal. If placed in the center of the solar system, it would swallow everything: the Sun, Earth, Pluto, the Kuiper Belt. Even the Voyager probe, which has been flying for 50 years, would be deep, deep inside its stomach. Light takes a week to fly across its diameter, a week of flight at 300,000 kilometers per second. We looked at it and trembled. We thought the universe could not create anything more monstrous. We coined the term ultramassive black hole specifically for it. We thought we hit the ceiling, but the universe knows how to laugh at our theories. In recent studies, astronomers focused on the Phoenix Cluster. It is one of the most massive structures in the universe, a metropolis of thousands of galaxies bound by gravity, submerged in an ocean of superheated gas. And in the very center of this cluster, in the heart of the largest and most massive central galaxy, sits Phoenix A. Ton 618, our former king, is 66 billion solar masses. Phoenix A is 100 billion. The difference is 34 billion suns. Do you understand what that means? The difference between them is not just a little bit more. The difference is 8,000 black holes like the one in the center of our Milky Way. You could take our entire galaxy, all its stars, nebulas, planets, dark matter, and that entire giant spinning spiral would weigh less than this single dark object. If Ton 618 is a truck wheel, Phoenix A is an entire city. Its event horizon spans a distance that light takes 71 days to travel. 71 days. Imagine you are flying at the speed of light. 1 second, you are at the moon. 8 minutes, you are at the sun. 5 hours, you are at Pluto. To cross Phoenix A, you need to fly for 2.5 months, continuously, in absolute darkness. And all that time, you would be inside an object from which there is no exit. This is not just a hole in space, it is a hole in reality. It is an object of such scale that it begins to affect the geometry of the entire universe around it. How is this even possible? How could nature allow such a monster? Because black holes grow by eating stars and gas. But to grow to 100 billion suns, Phoenix A would have had to eat 1 star every second for the entire life of the universe. That is impossible. There simply was not enough food. This is where the detective story begins. The story of how we found this invisible beast and why its existence scares scientists more than any horror movie. You might ask a logical question. If a black hole is black and so far away, how did we figure out its mass? Did scientists just make up these numbers to scare us? That is a fair question. In astronomy, we can rarely weigh an object directly. We have to be detectives. We look for clues. Usually, we weigh black holes by looking at the stars orbiting them. If a star is moving at a crazy speed, something very heavy is holding it. But with Phoenix A, that trick does not work. It is too far away. We do not see individual stars. We see the galaxy as a blur. So how did we know? The answer lies in how it eats and how it breathes. The Phoenix Cluster is a unique place. It is the most powerful star factory in the universe. About 700 new stars are born there every year. For comparison, in our Milky Way, only 1 or 2 are born. All this happens in a giant cloud of hot gas. This gas glows in the X-ray spectrum. We see it with space telescopes like Chandra, And here lies the puzzle. The gas in the center of the cluster should be cooling down. As it cools, it should condense and fall into the center, forming stars. This is called a cooling flow. Calculations showed this flow should be colossal. But when scientists looked at the center, they saw a problem. Stars are being born, yes, but not nearly as many as there should be. Something is preventing the gas from cooling. Something is heating it back up. Something is releasing such a monstrous amount of energy that it can heat gas across millions of light years. Imagine trying to freeze a bucket of water in sub-zero temperatures, but the water boils instead. It means there is a heater inside. In the Phoenix cluster, that heater is the supermassive black hole. It is not just eating, it is choking. When matter falls into a black hole, it swirls into an accretion disk, heats up to billions of degrees, and shoots out jets, beams of plasma that pierce the galaxy. These jets are dragon's breath. They slam into the surrounding gas, creating shock waves and giant bubbles of emptiness. Scientists calculated how powerful the engine must be to maintain such a temperature against all odds. The numbers made them pale. To create such an effect, the black hole should not just be big. It must be absurdly huge. Using a calorimetric method, measuring the heat energy of the gas, the result converged on the figure of 100 billion solar masses. This number breaks our classifications. We are used to stellar black holes and supermassive black holes. Phoenix A does not fit. It demands a new category, slabs. Stupendously large black holes. Phoenix A is the first confirmed candidate, the first of the Titans. And the scariest thing is not the number. It is that we do not understand how it could have appeared. According to all laws of cosmic evolution, it simply did not have enough time. The universe is 13.8 billion years old. Even if Phoenix A started eating from day one, never stopping, consuming matter at the physical limit, the Eddington limit, it still would not have grown to this size. It is like meeting a one-year-old baby who weighs 400 pounds and is 6 feet tall. It is a genetic anomaly, a glitch in nature. Phoenix A is an error of the universe. Either it found a way to cheat physics, or it was never a star. There is a hypothesis called direct collapse. It is a nightmare scenario. Imagine the early universe, dense, hot, full of hydrogen. In some cursed places, giant gas clouds gather. Usually they break apart into stars. But here, the cloud remains whole. Gravity is so immense that stars do not have time to ignite. Instead, the entire cloud, millions of suns worth of mass, collapses into itself in an instant. No supernova, no light, just a huge chunk of the universe vanishing into a point. A black hole of 1 million solar masses is born instantly. It is a heavy seed, a monster born a monster, or even scarier, primordial black holes, created in the first fraction of a second after the Big Bang from pure energy and chaos. If Phoenix A is one of them, it is as old as existence itself. It watched the first stars turn on. We are living in a house built by these monsters. Now, let us visualize it. Forget the pretty pictures from Interstellar. Gargantua from the movie is a tiny pearl compared to Phoenix A. If you approached Phoenix A, the first thing to kill you would not be gravity. It would be light. The accretion disk around such a giant is the brightest thing in the universe. A whirlpool of plasma hundreds of light years across, shining brighter than trillions of stars. Even from hundreds of light years away, the X-rays would sterilize space. It is a dead zone. But assume you are immortal. You fly through the firestorm. And before you stands the shadow, the event horizon. Its diameter is 590 billion kilometers. Let us use the speed of light again. Light takes 8 minutes to reach Earth from the Sun, 5 hours to reach Pluto. To cross Phoenix A's horizon, light needs to fly for 71 days. You could line up 100 solar systems, edge to edge, and the whole chain would drown in this blackness. You could throw the largest known star, Stephenson 218, into it, and it would look like a pebble thrown into a well. The hole would not even flinch. The gravity here distorts light in hallucinogenic ways. You would not just see a black circle, you would see the light of the whole universe bent around it. You could see the back of your own head because photons reflecting off you would orbit the hole and return to your eyes. A mirror of horror. But the most paradoxical property of such giants is their deceptive gentleness. With small black holes, tidal forces rip you apart before you even get close. Spaghettification. But Phoenix A is so huge that the gravitational slope at the horizon is incredibly gentle. You could cross the event horizon and feel nothing. No pain, no impact. You would just be flying through darkness. Your instruments would work. You would see the light falling in from the outside universe. You would cross the point of no return without even noticing. And that is the ultimate trap. Because inside Phoenix A, there is so much space that our entire solar system could hide there. Planets could continue orbiting the sun. Humans on Earth could go on living, not knowing they are already inside a black hole, erased from reality. Until, slowly, spiraling over years, the system falls into the singularity. Whole worlds could be living inside it right now. But Phoenix A does not just sit there, it rules. Its jets, beams of plasma shooting out at 99% light speed, are longer than our Milky Way galaxy. Imagine a flamethrower with a flame 100,000 light-years long. And these jets make a sound. Space is a vacuum, but the gas in the cluster carries waves. Phoenix A is humming. It sings a B-flat note, but it is 57 octaves lower than middle C. To hear one vibration cycle, you would have to wait 10 million years. It is the deepest, lowest, longest note in the universe, the voice of a god of destruction, and this voice kills. The sound waves carry energy. They heat the gas in the galaxy, preventing it from cooling down to form stars. Phoenix A is literally screaming at its galaxy, "Stop. No more life, no more stars." It sterilizes its home. It freezes evolution, turning the galaxy into an aging graveyard where all matter slowly flows into its mouth. Looking at this, we realize one terrifying thing. We thought black holes were destroyers. But Phoenix A is an architect. It decided how many stars would be there and when they would die. And it forces us to ask, is there a limit? We thought the limit was 50 billion suns. Phoenix A is double that. Are there slabs weighing 1 trillion suns? 1 trillion? More than the entire Milky Way. Such a monster would have an event horizon sizes of parsecs. If one drifted into our galaxy, the sky would just go dark, and we would be gone. They could be hiding in the cosmic voids, silent, invisible, hungry. This brings us to the fate of the entire universe. Because Phoenix A is not just an anomaly. It is a prophecy. It is a picture of what awaits us all at the very end. We are used to thinking of the universe as a place of light. We see stars and think it will last forever. But this is an illusion. From the perspective of eternity, the era of stars is a brief flash of a match in a dark room. We live in the stelliferous era, but it is ending. Hydrogen is limited. Galaxies are aging. In 100 trillion years, the last star will die. The last red dwarf will fade into a cold black dwarf. The light will go out, and then their time will come, the era of black holes. When the lights go out, monsters like Phoenix A will be the only masters of reality. The universe will turn into a giant graveyard where colossal spheres of darkness drift among the ruins of matter. Phoenix A will be even bigger by then. It will devour the remains of its galaxy. It will merge with other giants. Imagine the collision of two such titans. It would shake the very fabric of space-time, sending gravitational waves across the universe, the loudest sound ever made, heard by no one. In this dark era, Phoenix A will be the king of ruins. It will reign in absolute silence. No accretion disk, because there is no gas left. Invisible. Perfect. But even gods do not live forever. The cruelest law of thermodynamics, entropy, comes into play. Stephen Hawking predicted that black holes evaporate. They emit Hawking radiation. For normal holes, it is slow. For giants like Phoenix A, the process takes a Google years. A Google. A 1 with 100 zeros. If you turned every atom in the universe into a year, you still would not have a Google years. It is an eternity multiplied by eternity. For all this unimaginable time, Phoenix A will slowly die. Melting into the void, photon by photon. It will shrink. It is the loneliest fate imaginable. And at the very end, after a Google years of silence, Phoenix A will explode. All the mass, all the billions of stars and civilizations it once ate, will be released in a split second. A gamma-ray burst of monstrous power, the final salute of a dying universe. This explosion will light up the darkness for millions of light years, but there will be no eyes to see it. It will be the monster's last scream before it vanishes forever, and after that, nothing. Absolute zero, the heat death of the universe, the end of time. Phoenix A is a monument to this future. Looking at it today, we see our finale. It sounds depressing, cosmic horror in its purest form. What is the point if, in the end, eternal darkness awaits? But let us come back to our time, to this unique, precious moment when the universe is still young and full of life. We are tiny biological creatures on a small rock. We live less than 100 years. We are weak. But we look into the abyss, and we do not blink. The fact that we found Phoenix A is a triumph. We, monkeys who came down from trees just a couple of million years ago, built glass and metal eyes, pointed them at the sky, and caught light that traveled 5.8 billion years. We used mathematics, a language we invented to weigh a god. In our 1.5 kilogram brain, we fit the concept of an object weighing 100 billion suns. Phoenix A is huge, but it is dumb. It does not know it exists. It is a slave to gravity, a mechanism. But we know. We are the universe's way of knowing itself. We are the only matter that can feel fear, awe, and wonder in the face of infinity. Without us, the observer, Phoenix A's size does not matter. If there is no one to be horrified, there is no horror. Our consciousness gives the universe meaning. Discovering objects like Phoenix A teaches us the most important lesson, humility. It destroys our pride. It shows us our true place. We are not the center of creation. We live on a powder keg in a dark forest full of predators we cannot even see. But this knowledge elevates us. We are thinking dust. We stand on the shore of the cosmic ocean and see the storms raging there. And the scariest part? We have only just opened our eyes. Our telescopes are getting stronger. James Webb, the future Nancy Grace Roman telescope, gravitational wave detectors. Phoenix A is the record holder today. But who knows what we will find tomorrow? Maybe in the emptiness of the Bhuta's void, a slab of a quadrillion solar masses is hiding. An ancient god that ate its galaxy and now sleeps in invisibility? Maybe we will find traces of a collision with another universe? Or maybe we will realize our universe is inside a giant black hole. Space is full of secrets, and most of them are secrets that make your blood run cold. But we will not look away. We will look for new monsters, because curiosity is the only weapon we have against the infinite darkness and eternal cold. Fear is normal. If you are not afraid, you have not understood the scale. But let this fear not paralyze you, but inspire you. Inspire you to cherish the brief, incredible moment of light and warmth we have been given. Look at the sky tonight. Look at the stars. They will not be there forever. But while they are there, and while we are here to see them, we are alive. And we are not alone in the dark as long as we have the thirst for knowledge. Thank you for looking into the abyss with me. I hope you felt that chill down your spine. That is the breath of eternity. Subscribe to the channel. Here, we talk about things that keep you awake at night. And remember, when you look at the stars, you see the past. But when you look at the darkness between the stars, maybe the darkness is looking at you, and it is hungry. See you in the next nightmare.